Are you ready?
No.
Oh, that's good. I'm not ready either. We're only a day late.
That's okay.
How come you've got an extra cushion?
Because I am always prepared.
I just
Yes, I'm just like a little Girl Scout.
Girl Scouts. Oh,
Yeah.
you mean guides? There are no Girl Scouts.
What?
They're called guides.
Guides.
Guide. Guides. They're called.
Guides.
They're called guides. They're called little guides. There's a language joke for you.
Are you alright there?
Yep. That means bagpipe
I think I'm not
in
understanding you.
Slovak. Anyway,
Oh, guidey. Ah.
little guidey.
Yeah.
You know, the boys were scouts and the girls were guides until the girls complained that it's not fair that girls can't be scouts, which is about as sensible as girls complaining they can't be boys. So
Why didn't the boys want to be guides?
I don't think they didn't want to be guides. I think that somebody set up a system.
Mm-hmm.
Originally it was like boys brigade kind of stuff. It was sort of semi-army preparation.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously the girls didn't want to go into the army, right? So they didn't join. And then later, you know, the guides were set up to help the to help somebody.
Well, obviously,
sure.
girls started to go to the army, so obviously it's a good idea for preparation for both sexes, right?
Yeah. Although it softened over time and became less about the army and
More about the pedophiles.
oh, you know about that element of it.
Of course I do. My sister was a scout.
I don't know how to take that.
Take it as I said it.
Yeah. She wasn't a guide. She was a scout.
Well, they didn't have guides and scouts in Slovakia. It was all scouts in Slovakia.
It was all scouts.
Uh-huh.
Slovakia is so far ahead of everybody else.
I know, right? And everything.
Yes,
Mm.
it is actually. Surprisingly, it
Apart from music, you always said that in music they're like 2 years. What's the opposite of ahead? Behind?
Oh, their musical style is 10 years behind everybody else, and absolutely terrible
Oh,
because
God.
they
There's no such thing as Slovak music.
well, there's
It's
Slovak folk music where they haven't tuned the instruments and they play really fast.
I like Slovak folk music. Yeah.
That's it. And I think you can make up any words at all to any song and just kind of.
No, nobody really understands.
No.
Yeah, nobody really understands the words.
Yawn. Yawn. Doesn't go like that.
Something like that. Yes. Scotsman's take on Slovak folk music.
Yes. Well, at least we have something melodious here.
We have melodious things in Slovakia. Have you not seen that?
There's very little harmony in that country.
Have you not seen the Slovak classic folk song that the Chinese orchestra has redone? It's all over the internet in Slovakia. At one point in time, people were like,
What?
"Oh my gosh! Look! They took Slovak folk song, and sang it in China." We've got this like a. It's not an orchestra. It's like a group. I don't know what it is. A group of people redoing Slovak folk song in China. It's weird.
I always thought that Chinese music was weird.
Stota helpa, I think.
It's not some kind of venereal disease.
No.
Okay. Right. So, yeah, I remember like being interested in all different kinds of music when I was a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, oh, I gotta, explore this, and yeah, like you could go into like a big like a mega store, and they'd have all this, the hundreds of CDs and tapes and records and all this stuff, and I'd be like, oh, wow, I can't get enough of all the different kinds of things. And I remember going to the library and seeing this tape of, I'm sure it was a tape, not a CD, of Chinese music, and I was like, oh, Chinese music, that's going to be wild, and taking it home and listening to it and getting about 15 seconds into it and going, oh, oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Well, it's different because I work with a completely different set of notes, don't they? They've got different. They've got different.
They've got
what
the
do you call it,
scale from Planet X.
Yeah. They've got like
they
6
use.
notes in their scale, don't they?
I don't know how they organize it, but it's definitely not the most melodious and harmonic thing ever created.
Well, I think it is. It's just different.
Yeah, like noise is a different kind of harmony. I get it.
No, it's just that your ear's not used to it. That's all.
Maybe. Maybe that's true. The library saved my life as a kid. I used to be able to borrow music from there, and they had a very bizarre, interesting selection.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a lot of rock music, which was kind of cool because I liked rock music. And
What, like that?
no, that's just a box of rocks. You know, that actually turned out to be extremely practical and useful this week. The box of rocks.
Yeah. Did you use
Yeah.
it as paperweights or as meditation rocks?
As weights, because I this is going to be just ridiculously stupid.
Probably.
I had that little tripod stand for my phone,
Mhm.
which I never used. So I ripped the top off it,
Mhm.
by accident, of course, in the phone holder part,
Mhm.
and I fixed it to a box up there, so that I could sit on the bike, the exercise bike, and watch YouTube videos on my phone. Right, which is yeah.
Of cats.
What?
Of cats and.
No, I don't watch videos of cats, and I
Something.
don't know anybody who watches videos of cats. And the people who make videos of cats and put them on the internet are sad bastards. So, there we go.
You were
'Cause,
saying something about a phone holder?
Yeah. And I was worried that because it's a box, and I'm impressed with myself. I managed to cut the box in such a way as the box would hold the phone holder on the side of the box. It's I should patent what I did. Except nobody else would care about it except me. But the point is that the phone was hanging on one side of the box, and the box would fall over because of the weight.
Mm.
So I filled the box with rocks.
Well done.
I know.
Well done.
I
You've
know.
progressed to the level of a Stone Age man.
I know. I filled a box with rocks. Can you believe it? And that solved the problem.
That is so ingenious.
So that box up there, which looks like it's just innocently being a box, is
full of
actually
rocks.
a mobile phone holder with a very specific purpose, and it's full of beach rocks. How cool is that?
That is extremely cool.
Do you want to know something really weird?
Yeah.
Like, that's not really weird.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you something really weird.
What's really weird?
I spent 6 hours yesterday trying to upload an MP3 to the podcast channel.
I thought you were going to say you spent 6 hours putting rocks in a box.
No, that took about 6 seconds. But it took 44 years to come up with the idea. So there we are.
Right.
What was I going to say? Yeah, I spent 6 hours trying to do it, and it refused to do it. So I pulled the cable, the internet cable, out of the computer
Mm-hmm.
in desperation
Mm-hmm.
and tried to upload it, and it uploaded instantly.
Well, all you need is just a little bit of desperation sometimes. It should be,
Is that how
should
the
be a
song
song. Yeah.
No, you're thinking about the Beatles.
Yeah?
All you need is love, love. Love is all you need.
It should be something like, all you need is just a little bit of desperation.
There's a
Something like that.
reason why you're a translator and not a pop singer, obviously. Or a lyric writer.
I should be one of those.
Oh, baby, just give me a little bit of desperation. No,
Well, my
no.
version was much better.
It was.
I mean, there's a reason why you're a business coach. Although I can't think of it right now.
It's not business coaching.
Sorry.
I've come to the conclusion that business coaching is this term that people misrepresent and misunderstand. It's
What is
not
it?
business coaching.
Damn it, what is it?
It's mindset mentoring.
Mindset mentoring, that. Okay.
Yeah. Which could also be leadership coaching as well.
Mindset mentoring and leadership coaching.
Yes. It's also lifestyle consultancy.
Okay.
Yeah. And a few other things as well, but it's not really. That's not really so important.
Damn it. So if somebody asks me, what does your partner do? What am I supposed to tell them? You're a mindset mentor or a lifestyle consultant or a... What was the third one? Something no, wait.
A leadership coach?
The leadership coach?
Um,
It's hard to remember all three of them.
you can just say to them that it's business coaching because,
I'll just tell them you're weird.
yeah,
They'll sum it up.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, it does sort of fall into the category of it's hard to explain, which is not.
A good sign.
Well, people will tell you it's not a good sign, but then if you look at what anybody does, you can look at anybody's job and sort of be puzzled by it. Like,
Well, you can't be puzzled by my job because it's extremely simple and stupid. Well, it's not
well, isn't
stupid.
that a puzzle in itself?
It's not stupid, it's just extremely simple. You take a word.
Dick a bird.
You take a word.
What?
A word.
Dick a bird. What?
You take a word and you
There used to be an English cricket umpire called Dickie Bird. That was
and
a
you
funny name.
put a different word in its place, and that's what I do all day, every day. You
Yeah,
take a
but
sentence,
you've been surpassed.
You
You've been
put in a
surpassed
different
by the
sentence.
Internet of Things and Google's instant translation system and the Babelfish.
That's fine.
What?
That's fine by me. I'm still working.
Oh, good, good.
I haven't been surpassed. I've been assisted.
You've been assisted.
As long as there is not an intrusive F in that sentence,
Well,
then
that would
that's
be
okay.
F.
No.
F interested.
No,
I'm half interested in it, you know. It's one of those things, right?
Up.
One of those things.
Have you noticed how much more elegant my phone looks when I take that plastic cover off?
Yes, plastic covers always look like make it look like a child's toy.
Yeah,
Basically.
it does, doesn't it? But then it did save the phone's life about 1,000,000 times already, so
Yeah, that's why you need a child's toy
I'm just gonna leave it
Cover.
on it.
thing
Yeah, I know.
for it.
Because I treat it like a child's toy.
Yes, right now you're stroking it.
I'm not.
You are.
I'm not. I'm polishing it.
You're polishing it by rubbing it on the duvet.
Yep.
The dovet. As they say. That's how it should be pronounced.
Yep, it should. I don't know why
Excuse
it's
me.
so funny. It's so funny because I'm Slovak. And I've probably pronounced it like that at some point in my life. The
Excuse
David.
me. We're looking for a new David. Yeah, really?
It's so funny.
One with flowers on it, please.
It's almost as
My wife
funny.
likes flowers.
It's almost as funny as blued.
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 That's not a special kind of Bluetooth
No,
technology thing.
that's a mispronounced blood.
Uh-huh.
People do that.
I always thought it should be B-L-U-D.
Uh-huh.
That
Yeah.
would make more sense than B-L-O-O-D.
Yeah, it would. It would. Blued.
Talking about that weird spelling stuff.
Mhm.
There was no flood.
Fluid.
Flood.
There was no fluid.
There was no flood last night.
Oh, that's so disappointing.
Because the neighbour came in and he's fucking weird.
Why?
And I don't mean that in the sense of crazy weird.
No, it's really cool. I like him.
Well, he came in last night and he said, "I'm just here to tell you there's a flood warning." I'm like, "Oh, do you need a hand moving anything?" He's like, "Well, the water will be coming in about 3 a.m. And I was like, "I'll be asleep." Sorry, right? But I'll help you now if you need anything. No, it's okay. It's like, "I read your book." I'm like, "You read my book?" He's like, "Well, yeah, I got it on Amazon." I'm like, "My book's not on Amazon, you spaz." No, it is. I got it on Amazon. I'm like, "No, it's
the
not."
poetry book is on Amazon.
And well, eventually, after 2 minutes of me saying it's not on Amazon and him saying yes, it is, and I'm like, I should know because I'm in charge of where the hell
Book
the
is.
book
Uh-huh.
the book is on the internet. And I said to him, "Oh, okay. Are you talking about the new business book, or are you talking about one of the older poetry books and stuff? Because there's one of the older poetry books which is still hanging out on Amazon somewhere."
Uh-huh.
And what a bizarre mix. And because I thought maybe he's read one of the old poetry books.
Uh-huh.
He's like, "No, it's leadership of something, something, something." I'm like, "Okay, that's a business book." And the business book is definitely not on Amazon. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I downloaded the first 2 pages, but after 2 pages it stopped. And I'm like, whoa, what the hell did you do, you spaz? It's not on Amazon, and you definitely can't download only 2 pages of it. Like, it's all or nothing, and it's free. You don't have to pay for it. Well, I don't know about that because my daughter sent it to me, and I'm like, what? So I'm like, look, give me your email address and I'll email you a copy for free.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll give him a piece of paper and a pen.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "You're just trying to make my life difficult." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Oh, I have trouble writing." I'm sorry, I didn't know. Well, dictate it to me and I'll write it down. No, I'll write it down myself. And this was like all in about a minute of him walking into the kitchen.
It's the writer guy, though, right?
It's the right.
He's written a book now.
Yeah, about the old fishing
Yeah.
industry here, or shipbuilding. Sorry, I think it was
Yeah.
shipbuilding, not fishing. And where everything was.
Yeah.
Didn't offer me his book for free. Spaz.
Oh well.
I would.
Gotta
I would
leave
be
it
interested
sometime.
to have a look at his book actually.
We'll buy it.
Sorry?
So hey, buy it.
I said have a look at it, not read it. Just look at the pictures.
Oh right.
I don't know. Maybe obviously there's some kind of inside local education in the book about history and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I'm not exactly sure. I'm like 100% interested in shipbuilding history, but I probably should be actually.
Oh no, those kinds of books must be riveting. Never mind.
You're
Somebody somewhere will get it.
funny today.
What?
You're funny today. Must be the early morn.
The early morning. I'm so happy I didn't have to get up at 3 a.m. and move sandbags to stop the river climbing in the front door.
It must still be quite high though, no?
Well, it was high yesterday because I was looking at the river from one of the windows, thinking, I can see the river from this window. Normally I can't. That's that's not good.
Uh-huh.
The
So there's
river's
no
moved.
sign of it, is there? It's just not that I'm disappointed. It's just
Well, I looked out the front of the house and the road was still a road.
the road is still there. Okay,
So
that's a good sign.
yeah,
Good.
yeah. I don't really think that it flooded at all. Although I can't really see anything.
Well, that's what I was saying, that he has to kind of know about all the flood warnings and the.
Yes, because he inherited a house in a
Bad place.
flood zone.
Yeah. You can't really sell a house like that, can you?
Theoretically, no. But if you look on that side of the road, at say I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 houses on that side of the road,
Uh-huh.
then they've all been, I think, like bought within the last 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
So they were all able to sell houses in a flood zone.
Why do you do that? Do you just not tell people? They just go like, oh, hey, buy this house. Oh, yeah, well, I forgot to mention, like 2 years after the signing of the contract, when the first flood comes. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention. Sometimes it floods.
Yeah, I mean, who's going to buy a house that could be underwater
I would,
once a
because
year?
I'm stupid, and I wouldn't figure it out by myself unless somebody told me. You know? If
Well,
I went to view that house and I didn't know anything and I saw, okay, the river's there and sea is there, I wouldn't even, because I live in this village and I can see that it floods sometimes, that I realize that would be a stupid idea. But if I didn't live in this village and I just came to view a house, yeah, and it was cheap and it was there, I would think, oh, look, nice house. Oh, look, near the golf course. And if somebody told me, oh, there's a river nearby, you should be aware of possible flooding, I would say, oh, that's ridiculous. They wouldn't put golf course somewhere where it can flood. You know? I wouldn't, it wouldn't be the first thing that I think about. There might be flooding. If the locals told me so, then of course, but I just wouldn't even consider it if nobody told me, because I'm stupid like that.
Well, there's a lot of houses in Bistritza that get flooded constantly as well. It's the houses near the river. One of my clients was telling me that their mother has massive problems with their house because it's next to the river and it constantly floods.
Really?
Yeah, and she said all the houses in that area constantly flood.
I had no idea. You see, and I lived in Bistrica.
Yeah. I don't know, I guess people don't talk about it that much. But one of the houses on the other side of the road was bought by Johnny Henderson, right?
Yeah.
Who lived on this side of the road. And he's bought a house specifically in the flood zone.
But is that still in the flood zone? It's quite higher up.
Okay, if you consider the river comes down the road.
Yeah, but it comes from that side.
You spaz. You complete spaz. It
Well.
doesn't. You complete spaz. Okay, sea is over there, says
Yeah.
me, pointing left. Mountains are over there, says me,
Yes.
pointing right. River comes from mountains to sea.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
River comes from mountains to sea. River
Yes.
comes down this road.
Yes.
Johnny's house is over there.
Yes,
on the
but
other
it's
side
higher
of-
up.
You spaz.
No?
You spaz. The road is the highest point.
Yeah.
That means his house is under the road.
Yeah, I know.
His house is under the road. So when you say his house is higher up and the river comes down the road, that makes no sense. The road is higher up. We're here.
Yeah, I
We're here.
understand, but
The
the water
road's here.
doesn't
The house.
stand there. The
It
water.
has to stand there to get to the road.
Yeah.
Yes. It has, for the
Oh.
water to come down the road, it has to be higher than his house.
Okay, well, you've lived here. I haven't, so I don't know exactly how the dynamics of flooding work.
Look, it's the same. Look, the house that I can see straight out of the window here gets flooded, right?
Uh-huh.
And Johnny's house is exactly the same level as that house.
Okay. That's weird then. How did you buy that house then?
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's why buy a house that you know is in a flood zone,
Yeah,
and that you know that once a year everything will be
wet.
wet.
And with a possible structural damage, possible inability to sell.
Yes, yeah. It's just problem on problem on problem.
Yeah.
That, I mean, you've got a choice of a building. You could buy something anywhere, but
Well,
you buy a house in a flood zone.
maybe it was...
And the other thing is that there's only like 6 or 7 houses in the flood zone.
yeah?
It's not like there's hundreds of houses that get flooded.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 6 or 7, and he bought one of them, knowing that it would be flooded. It doesn't strike me as the wisest decision in history.
Oh well. Oh well. You can't judge. You don't know.
Well, I can't judge because I live here.
I don't.
I do
well, yes,
know
but you
which
don't know
places
what
get
led
flooded.
him to the decision to get the house. So
Yeah, I don't
there's
know. You know, maybe
probably some factors that you don't know
it was
about.
probably like sold for 20 pence or something.
Yeah, could be. Maybe it was wishful thinking. Maybe it was it was proper cognitive dissonance thinking. Yeah, it's in the flood zone, but the owner said that it only floods once in 10 years, and we can live with that if we can buy it for 20 pence. You know?
Yep, that makes perfect sense.
So.
But you won't be able to sell it, or
Well,
you're
if you're able to
gonna
buy
have
it, if you're able to buy it, you must be able to sell it, right? There's gonna be somebody.
like, how can you sell to somebody a house knowing the house is going to be flooded? You can't. I mean, there's got to be some. You got to be a complete bastard, right?
No.
To sell a house that you know is going to be flooded to somebody else, knowing that all their shit could be destroyed.
No, I don't know.
I think yes. I mean, I have no problem calling that one, right? I have no problem calling that one out, because you're going to have to pretend that it doesn't get flooded if you want to sell it, and that's a lie.
Oh, you
So
don't
you're
have to
basically
pretend.
just selling a problem to
Oh,
somebody.
he wasn't. The person who sold the house to him didn't pretend, right? And if they did, then obviously Johnny would be able to call their bullshit because he's lived here, right?
That just sounds weird.
Maybe somebody would still buy it if you say, well, look, here's a house. It did get flooded 10 years ago or 5 years ago or whatever, but it's still structurally sound. Do you want it or do you not want it, right?
Yeah, surely that's going to put most people off, because most people are going to go, if it flooded once, it can flood again.
Yes, but obviously not all people if he bought it, right?
Yeah, it just doesn't strike me as a very cognitive decision
No, it doesn't, but you never
to
know.
do that.
You never know, and there might be something that you don't know completely, like maybe the river started moving the other way, or...
No, the river has moved more this way, and I know that because I can see it from the window. And you can see how it's eaten away what was the 17th hole of the golf course.
Mm-hmm.
and how the Environmental Protection Agency didn't allow them to save the 17th hole of the golf course. They said, no, you can't dump materials there to stop the river getting closer to the golf course. You have to just leave it. Despite the fact that if you want to build any fucking building, you've got to destroy the ground first. If you want to build any building. So you can build any building anywhere destroying the ground, but you can't save one hole on the golf course. Because the environmentalists have all turned into communists. They're all fucking watermelons. Well, they might be doing that as well. I don't know. But they're all insane in the sense that they
Well, it's
seem to
insane
want to
that
tell people what to do.
it's insane that I mean, how come people were able to build the golf course there then in the first place?
Because there was little to no flooding at that point in time in history, in like the late 1960s, early 1970s, and the river had a different course.
It's a bit mad. It's really mad. It's tough. It's a tough call though as well. I don't know. It's weird. Surely there would be no damage done to the environment by dumping a few rocks to the bank of the river, right?
Yeah, what are you going to do? Arrest nature for nature's moving things anyway, right? And what you're doing is you're saying that it's not good to move things, but nature's moving things anyway. So by that definition, nature is guilty of a crime.
No.
No, yes, because you're saying you can't move stuff to protect the land, but nature can move stuff to destroy the land. Therefore, nature is guilty of a crime.
No.
Yes.
No, the logic behind what are they called? Conservationists. Conservationists.
The bad ones.
Is that you let nature do its course, because as the river moves, the natural habitats move with it.
Oh, right.
Right.
You let that's just a fucking peachy poo idea, isn't it? Let nature do its course, because let's not save people who have had heart attacks, because let nature do its course. Let's not put cream on burns, because let's let nature do its course.
You're not supposed to put cream on burns.
Let's or fucking wrap it in plastic or whatever the fuck they do with it. Let's not pull people out of this car wreck, because let nature do its course. Or let's not send a fire brigade to stop this building burning down, because let nature do its course. Or let's not get the cat out of the tree, because let nature do its course.
Have
or
you
whatever
finished?
the fuck. Well, you get my fucking point, though. I mean, let nature do its course is just a silly idea.
I do get what you're saying, and I'm saying that I don't
Let's
think
not build ships, because let nature do its course.
you've made your point.
Let's not build roads, because that destroys the environment.
Let
nature do its course.
Filling up the time with fluff.
No, I'm making valid point. Let's
You
not play
made it.
tennis, because let nature do its course.
For fuck's sake. Shut up already.
What?
Well, so I was saying
let's
that.
not mine diamonds, because let nature do its course.
Okay, I'm just not going to say anything then. Been trying to put in a sentence for like 10 minutes.
I know, but I've been enjoying coming up with silly examples.
Good for you. Anyway, I don't think dumping a few rocks on the bank of the river would make that much difference to the nature or to the habitats or to the birds or to anybody. So.
Do you think the birds
a
give
bit
a
silly.
fuck
No, I don't.
if the
think
rocks
so.
are here or the rocks are there? The birds are fucking flying over, looking down, and the people laughing, going, "Oh, those people are so stupid."
I think birds give more fuck about their nests being destroyed in the fields every time when the fields are being cut down in the farmland.
Well, look, the river will come along and swipe away the trees that the birds are living in, right? And it's like if a person cut down the tree, it would be like, "Oh, that's a crime." But if nature takes 4 or 5 trees out and whisks them down the river, it's like, "Oh, it's just nature."
Well, it
Don't
is.
do anything about that.
Well, I'm not going to argue for or against that because that would just be
Let's
stupid.
not eat fish,
Obviously,
because let nature do its course.
obviously, it's you have to respect the nature, and obviously, it's better.
Let's not eat vegetables.
Obviously, it's better to for things in nature to die naturally than to go and finish the lives of it of whatever it is, right? Obviously, you can't compare, you know, natural death of trees to deforestation, right? Because that would just be stupid comparison. So I wouldn't go that far, but I think there should be a balance, and I don't think there is a balance if people are not allowed to protect their settlements that are already in place.
Settlements.
Yes.
Have you become a Viking all of a sudden?
Is that not a is that not a good word?
No, I'm sure it was used
Listen, I'm translating
often in the Middle Ages.
not translating. I'm correcting a text about. Do you know what lazy are in Slovak?
Meadows.
No, that's luki.
In a lazy.
Lazy is like when you've got a village, when you've got.
It's a meadow. If you
No.
look at it in the
Can
dictionary.
you wait?
It's a meadow.
It's not a meadow. Lazy is like dispersed houses. It's like it's not a village, but it's houses around the village, but they can be as far as like 10 kilometers away. It's like these solitary little it's typical for some parts of the country,
It's a rural
especially
area.
among hills. Yeah.
Do you have to dance as you say it among hills?
Yes. I was
That was very trippy.
I was just demonstrating hills.
You know hills.
Yeah, it's just typical because this woman that translated the text and translated it as dispersed settlements, right? Because it's like houses sprinkled around the countryside, but they're usually
Sprinkled.
they usually have like a village in the center, and they're sprinkled around the village, and they usually have to do with the farming way of life.
Are you sprinkling houses now? Because I've never seen anybody sprinkle houses before.
Yes, that's what's wrong.
Sprinkle the houses with a little topping of snow.
I do that.
And then eat the fuckers.
I've always done that. My
What, sprinkled
biology,
houses?
yeah, my biology
Yes.
teacher used to laugh at me because I did that every time. You would know when in Slovak schools you call somebody up and they have to stand in front of the class and do the oral presentation of whatever you've learned. Yeah. And I always used to use my hands, and my biology teacher just laughed at me so much, but in a good way, right? He was always like, "Oh, let's have Yanka here in front of everybody because she always makes the presentation very lively with her bodily language or whatever." Because I would always show people the cells and the mitochondria and stuff.
That is a dance. As you said.
That's the mitochondria dance. Yeah. I just find that helpful. Anyway, when I'm trying to explain something,
As
like
long as
that
you don't
this
poke
this
somebody's
woman
eye out.
so this woman translated it as dispersed settlements, right? And I was wondering if that's usable or if I have to change it to something else.
Well, it's probably better than random houses.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Um,
I did use the word sprinkled at some point though.
a sprinkling of houses.
Well, no, it's always like there was this very picturesque kind of description of the countryside.
So there you go.
So I used the houses sprinkled up across the hills or wherever. I don't know. Can't remember. Something like that.
Houses sprinkled across the hills.
Can't remember. Something like that. I'm doing really well there, but it takes time. I need to finish it today though, because tomorrow I'm gonna have to work on the dentistry stuff. I've got some kind of syrup,
Twice.
like like squash, that you make lemonade with.
What?
For translation.
Syrup, squash, lemonade, dentist.
No, the dentistry is a different translation.
Okay.
I also have squash translation.
Syrup, squash.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a pop song.
Yep.
Sugar.
Da 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 da. Oh, syrup.
It's honey.
Doesn't work very well.
You are my candy girl, and you got me wanting. Yes.
Yep. That's the end of the cultural little okienko.
Window?
Yeah.
There we go. Sora did say at breakfast yesterday, I want to watch the Beatles cartoons again. They are so funny.
They're so bad.
I know, they're so funny because they're so bad.
Yeah.
Hey, Ringo, come over here. Look at this. We found some peanut butter. How did you make butter out of peanuts? Well, that's even worse than it actually than the bad version is. But
You just managed to make the Beatles cartoons worse.
hey, all right. Hey, where's my Liverpool accent? Hey, you all right there? Hey, look, Paul's found himself a new guitar string. Something like that.
And it would probably be a snake or something ridiculous, right? Something trippy.
Yes.
They are quite trippy. It's a silly cartoon. But it's funny that Zora likes it and remembers it. It's like...
It's because it's got the songs.
It teaches her something.
It's got the songs.
It's educational in a weird way. Yeah, the songs are cool.
It's got the sing-along songs.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool. I have to dig in with her. And
Not many people got away with that. They didn't make the cartoons of any other bands ever.
Yeah,
do
that's
the
true.
Rolling Stones or.
Oh,
the
that's not
Doors
true. They
or-
did the. There was the Backstreet. No, not Backstreet Boys. That was the
Are you okay?
New Kids on the Block cartoon.
What?
No,
What?
it wasn't the New Kids on the
I
Block.
have never heard of that ever. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I mean, I might have missed that culturally.
I mean, no. I don't know if
Happily.
it was a cartoon or series or something. But I thought there was something with the New Kids on the Block. Google
I
it.
don't think so. I don't think there was a New Kids on the Block cartoon.
Don't know if it was a cartoon or a series, but there must have been something on the
Well,
television.
the Monkees had their TV series.
What monkeys?
What was that song? I could fly on the wings of a bluebird as she sings. Does that ring a bell?
Yes, but I've heard the
Clear
song.
up, sleepy Jean.
Yes,
Oh,
but what's that?
can
What
it
does that have
mean
to do with monkeys?
that was the name of the band, just spaz.
Yeah,
The band were called the Monkees.
New Kids on
And they
the
had their own
Block.
TV series, which was kind of hyper spazzy, trippy,
Yeah.
colourful, with songs and music and lots of video clips played at double speed.
New Kids on the Block
Mm.
is an animated television series
What?
featuring the adventures of the New Kids on the Block. The series lasted a season from 1990
A
on
season.
ABC.
One season, no shit, one season. Okay,
See?
I will have to.
See?
Yeah, I
TV show, see? I didn't make it up. That doesn't usually happen.
Is there a rating there? 6.3 out of 10. That's not bad, actually.
There you go.
Mm.
5%.
Well, it only lasted a season because they weren't a real band anyway, so.
Well, I watched it and I liked it. And then I started liking the band because I saw the series and I thought it was cool, although I have no idea what songs they ever sang.
La 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 tonight.
What?
That was one of their songs.
La 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 tonight.
Yes.
Right.
See the girls with the curls in their hair.
Right. That's very lame.
But the whole thing was lame. Even the sweaters were lame.
Uh-huh.
It was obviously OTT designed for the girls, and it was that whole manufactured time, wasn't it? It was the Milli Vanilli time where it was all image and nobody really sang the songs.
Yeah.
And Black Box was the same in Britain, where they had the big hit and they just got a girl with big tits to jump up and down with a microphone, but it wasn't really her singing. But it sold a lot of records.
Yeah, those were the days of the boy bands and girl bands and
These are still the days of the boy bands and the girl bands. It hasn't gone anywhere.
What boy
They're-
bands do you have now?
What do I have?
Well,
I
not
don't have
you.
any.
I mean, what boy bands are there now?
I don't follow it at all, but I'm aware that every now and then on YouTube pops up some kind of poppy music video from some boy band, or I'm aware that if I'm in some shop in Britain, there's always some CD that they're trying to
Nothing
promote.
is ever going to be more boy bandish than Backstreet Boys and their singing in the rain. I don't mean the song. I mean,
there's been hundreds of bands like that. I mean, there's just a constant conveyor belt of every year. Every month there's a new boy band that fits into that kind of genre or category.
I need to take a little break.
What?
I need to take a little break.
A break?
I'll be right back.
Are you sure? Are you sure? You're aware that other people are up and moving around?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, don't go too far. Oh, she's off. She's gone. She's gone. Why were all the boy bands Irish? What were the other bands? Westlife? Bros were the original boy band, right. When will I be famous? I can't answer that. Drop the boy, ooh, 'cause I'm your man. Whatever. Yeah, Bros. They fell apart before they even started. I guess bands have always been manufactured. The Spice Girls. We're so proud of the fact that we write our own songs. There's no limit, is there? There's no limit to the lies that they won't tell. You've made a film. They made films, didn't they? As well. They had their little films to go with the bands to promote the whole thing. Goes right back to, you see, it goes way back to the 60s and the Beatles and their films. And I guess other people did it as well. Yeah, Cliff Richard did it with his musicals. Sex Pistols did it with never mind the bollocks, it's the Sex Pistols. That was a terrible London accent. Aye, London. Aye, could have tried to be punk, and then all the Americans wanted to have British accents, and they still do. Much madness. So, what were the other bands? I don't know. Luckily, I don't know. You know, the crazy thing is that they do have some good songs. They do produce some good pop songs from time to time. It's such a shame there's so much fluff that you have to clear out to find the good stuff. But I guess the good stuff is there. You just have to dig down and look for it. And there's the K-pop stuff as well. All that Korean pop. And I guess every country's got their version of those kinds of things. And why not? Why not? If you can use entertainment to educate people in a way, I believe they call it edutainment now. If you can do that, then why not do it? Why not do it? The crazy thing is you can make a career out of sort of entertaining without educating, which in my book is a crime. But people don't care about what I think, do they? I think I'm going to put this on pause until Yanka gets back, otherwise you'll just get me rambling and maybe even singing, which would be even worse. Bah! I'll take a quick break.
Make myself cold.
And she's back. Not only is she back, she's bowed to me.
I didn't bow to you, I was just fixing my
She
pants.
strangled a penguin.
What's penguin doing in my place? I almost sat on its beak.
Yeah, that would have been uncomfortable for the penguin.
I think it would be uncomfortable for both parties.
Parties?
Uh-huh.
Other parties?
Uh-huh.
Oh. I see it.
Look. I like to move it.
That. Now you're just...
Likes death metal music. Penguins are great. Have lots of fun with penguins.
I'm speechless now.
It's got balls in its bum.
Have
Have you noticed? Here.
Stop sticking your finger up its ass.
It's got a sack of balls in its bum.
Penguins do not have their ball sack in their bum. Let's be anatomically correct.
Well, this one does.
Well, it's obviously
It's to make it
suffered.
more stable, I think.
That makes it more stable.
Uh-huh. Maybe
Having-
you
having
would
your-
be
having-
more stable as well.
Having your what?
Maybe if you had balls up your bum, you'd be more stable too.
Please don't give me the penguin,
Why not? It's looking at you.
because it's just going to end up
What?
disturbing me. I'm now disturbed.
Well, it's not doing anything. It's just looking at you.
Well, I don't need to try to outstare a penguin.
Why not?
Here you go. I'm just going to end up picking it up and playing with it.
I'm just going to fidget with its balls, though.
Well, there you go.
As weird as that may sound.
Somewhere in the world there's a penguin with a smile on its face. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Yeah. Anyway. What were we talking about before I...
We were talking about boy bands, and then I had a bit of
yeah.
a ramble about different types of... kinds. Different versions. Do you...
Types, kinds.
You, yes. Throw the penguin away. You've just stuffed its beak up its ass.
It's just...
Which can't be really very comfortable for any penguin.
It's that shape. I just... You know.
It's that shape. I'm sorry I molested you. You were just that shape, you know?
That's not molesting. It's a stuffed toy. You can't molest a stuffed toy.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
You can simulate.
Stop it. I wasn't simulating anything. I just curled the penguin in a ball.
Because that's naturally what penguins do.
Well, they do when they're cold.
No, they
They
don't. They
kinda
all huddle
huddle up.
together.
Well, yes, but they kind of... Oh, okay.
What the fuck do you know about penguins and what they do when they're cold?
Everything. I studied penguins for about 2 hours when I watched the Happy Feet.
A cartoon. You're
It
not.
wasn't a cartoon. Well,
Did you? I thought you just threw the penguin on the floor.
yeah.
What's it doing up there on the shelf now? How the fuck did that happen?
How magic. It's magic.
There's 2 fucking penguins. There's 2. How the hell did we get? How the hell did there 2 penguins? When did that happen?
Did you not know there were 2
There were
penguins?
2 penguins. I always just thought there was one that got around a lot.
No, there's 2 penguins. One is Zora's and one is Jasmine's.
How do you know which one's which?
They
Which
do.
who's? What's?
They remember.
What?
They remember. Because
look
one
the
has...
same.
No, they don't. One has grey back and one has black back.
That was scary because you threw the penguin down in one place,
Yeah.
and then it just magically appeared somewhere else, and I was like, this is scary.
Hello.
The
No, there's 2. One is
penguin.
grey and one is black.
What's up?
One is grey and one is black and one is Zora's and one is Jasmine's. And they know exactly which is which. And Babka got 2 for them because she reckoned that if she only gets 1, they're going to fight for it.
Because that never happens. they never ever fight for anything.
Ah, girls.
Mom, Jasmine took my... Fill in the blank.
Whatever, everything. Anything
Yes.
that I ever had. Yeah. But I want it now. It's like yesterday in the bath. Mom, Zora's trying to take away my cup. And Zora, but I asked nicely for it and she didn't give it to me and I want it now.
Well, it wasn't the conversation I heard. The conversation I heard was Zora saying to Jazz, "You can massage my bum now." and then Zora saying to Jazz, "Doesn't that feel nice?"
Oh dear.
And then, I couldn't help but poke my head into the bathroom at that point in time to see what was going on.
And they were massaging each other's bum, were they?
Right enough, Zora was sticking her bum in the air and Jazz was massaging it.
Oh gosh. Right, well.
And then I stuck my head in later on, and the chain for the plug.
Yeah,
Well, the chain's not attached to the plug.
yeah, I know.
And so Jazz was trying to tie up Zora
With the chain.
with the chain in the bath.
Yeah.
There's no limit.
They wash each other's hair though. That's pretty cute.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
It is. It is. Oh God. Oh, I would like to move out now. Is that okay?
Move out.
It's okay if I just move out now.
No, you can't.
I know.
You can't. There
I know I can't. I've nowhere to move out to just
are
yet.
things to be done.
Oh goodness. Okay.
Did you put everyone to bed okay last night?
Yes? No problems whatsoever. Didn't have to put you to bed.
No, I put myself to bed. I'm well trained.
You were put quite soundly. Yeah, everybody went to bed all right.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Zora did protest a little bit. She seems to be scared of everything these days.
Where does that come from? She wasn't scared of anything before.
Yeah, but do you remember that Will had that kind of... He had the same kind of phase.
He still has it from time to time. It wasn't like a month ago where he's like, where we're sending Zora with Will
Yeah.
upstairs because Will was scared.
Yeah. That's true. And it's the same with Zora now. She'll go somewhere with Jazz. But she doesn't want to go alone. Must be all those movies that they're watching.
I don't know. there seems to be a point at which they become hyper aware of everything.
Yeah, it's she's at that age where the imagination kicks in like full strength,
The what
full
kicks
power. The imagination.
in? Imagination.
She just told me this morning that she was scared that there was something under her duvet. And then she laughed and she said, "Well, besides me, I mean." She's scared in her bed alone. I wanted to get those fluorescent stars, put them
On the ceiling.
on the ceiling and also at the bottom of the bed for Jazz. You know, the bottom of Zora's bed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'd be able to put them on the ceiling because it's Bobka's ceiling, right? And they're sticky stars.
Why do you want to put them on the ceiling? Don't you just want to put them on the underside of the bunk bed, the top bunk bed?
Well, yes,
so
that would be for Jazz, but
yes.
for Zora, they would have to be on the ceiling.
Well, fair enough. I mean, it's...
Yeah.
I can't see any reason why that wouldn't be possible. But then who knows?
Yeah, as I said, it's Bobka's ceiling. I don't know if she'd be very happy about having stars stuck to it. Especially as we don't know how removable they would be. I've got this new app.
App?
I've got this new epic app.
Does
You
it
want
make
to
you
see
happy?
it? It makes me very happy. I'm probably going to stick to it for like 2 weeks.
Yes, as you usually do.
As I usually do. Now I've stuck longer with my yoga app. So that's very helpful. And this app that I have is similar in style, but even better because it tells you exactly what to do and when to do it. So you don't have to think at all.
Oh, so you don't have to think at all.
No.
The app does all the thinking for you.
Yes.
It's dangerous.
That's the thing. You don't have to think at all. That's exactly what I want.
What?
I
You
don't
want you want to not have to think.
Yes.
That can't be good.
Look, see? It gives you a calendar with a planner. Yeah, this is an app called Sweat. Yeah. It gives you a calendar.
Sweat, is that cool?
It plans out your workouts over your calendar. Yeah, you can choose from like 5 programs or so. I chose the one that you can do at home, obviously, because all the rest is for gyms, and I don't have a gym, so and I can't go to gym 4 times a week. So there you go. So it gives you it plans out your week in the calendar like that, yeah, and it tells you what to do. Yeah, so you've got low intensity cardio, you've got resistance workouts, and then you have like rest. Today, Sunday is rest. Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
why is Tuesday blank on the calendar?
I don't know. I've just started, and I've only started on like Wednesday or something. So I don't know. Maybe Tuesday is like nothing. Maybe you're not supposed to do anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because So this can in the calendar you can choose. You can like add workouts if you want an extra workout anywhere, but you can time it. Yeah, you can set the timer. So it gives you, it starts beeping.
And how is this helpful in any way?
And because, first of all, it tells you what to do on which day.
No, it doesn't tell you what to do. You program into it what you want to do.
No, this is what came automatically. Yeah, I chose a program.
Yeah.
It automatically gave me what you're going to exercise on which day.
Does it tell you how long to exercise for? Does it tell you which exercises
You
to do?
click on workouts.
Yes.
Yeah. And it highlights when it's like legs day.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be highlighted, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you click on that, and it gives you the workout. And
Because there's one, you do one jump 15 times.
there it gives you the times of the reps,
That's a very nice
and
girl.
it times the exercise as well. So it's like, see, it's circuits.
Mm-hmm.
So you do like circuit 1.
Mm-hmm.
It gives you 4 exercises. And you do the reps of those 4 exercises again and again and again and again until the timer beeps, right? And one circuit is like 6 or 8 minutes, I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
So you just do as many laps as you can. And then you got a second circuit, right? And it gives you another 4 exercises for legs, yeah? and you need almost nothing to do that. You know, like no equipment. That's what I mean. It gives you a
But
warm
you
up.
do need a stool and a ball, according to that.
Where's the ball? Yeah, well, you can do that with a weight, right?
You still need a weight then.
Yeah, but you can do that with a 2-liter plastic bottle. You can do that with your child. You can do that with anything. Right?
Do that with a car.
You can choose the type of warm-up you want. Cardio, movement, cardio and movement, or no warm-up. If you choose movement, it gives you the exercises that you can do to warm up. Yeah? Specifically for the legs workout. And then after you're done with the circuits, it gives you cool down. And it gives you stretching exercises. Yeah? So it just gives you everything. It gives you everything. And that's it.
So basically, you just turn it on and copy the moves that you see.
Yes. And it gives you the what equipment you need for the workout. And when you go back, every week you're supposed to do like 3 resistance trainings. That's what's planned in your calendar. 3 cardio workouts and 2 recovery things, which is basically like stretching. Yeah. And foam rolling. And on top of that, you can choose from other programs. You get challenges that you can do, which are usually more challenging, obviously, right? So there you've got fast workouts. So there's a lot of things to choose from. Yeah. And that's not all. Within the app, they tell you exactly what to eat. So they plan exactly each meal in your calendar, so you don't have to think about what am I going to cook today. And they're already healthy choices, and it's already, you know, like the
but you have to buy the
portion
food
control and
in
everything.
advance, right?
Yes, but you can have a look in your planner. Whoops. You can have a look here, and you see. Oops, what's that?
Food groups?
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh,
Food
here's the
groups?
calendar. See, you can move in the calendar, and you can see what's planned out for each day, so you can plan it very easily for yourself.
So you don't ever have to think about anything ever.
You don't have to think about anything ever health-wise. Yeah. So that's like just I haven't explored this yet. But that's so cool. And then you have the progress thing where you can like take photos of yourself, or you can where was it? You can like fill in things like your weight and your size and stuff like that. So it's all really, you know, comprehensive. Oh, and look, and it
Gives you trophies as well.
gives you trophies every time you complete what's planned in your calendar. Gives you a trophy, and the little drop there colors a little bit more. It's so motivating. It's game-like. It's like a game, and you don't have to think at all. It's just such a cool
Where's
app.
the gaming element to it?
Well, the winning trophies. You're winning trophies.
It doesn't, but it's only a game when you're sort of competing against other people.
No. You're competing against yourself. You want to get as many trophies as you want. I mean, as you can. And also, you want to have a look at your planner, and you want to see the check marks there and see, oh, I've done everything. Oh, that's so cool. You get it? It's just so cool. See, like here, abs complete. My abs are complete. It's really cool.
I think that you're more obsessed with the application than you are with the exercise.
And then you have
That's what I think.
community where you've got forum where you can discuss things. Just pretty cool as well. Yeah, well, I am obsessed with the app now because the app is really cool. But it's just I've tried different apps during the, just because it's fun. But I find that this app has very strong advantages to it. In first, that it does everything for you. You don't have to think about what am I going to exercise today. Second, you have large variety of stuff to choose from. And that's it. Just two of them. But those are huge advantages for me, especially the planning one. That you just turn on your phone and you see, oh, today I'm doing this.
I think that's going to last about 3 weeks maximum with you, and after 3 weeks you're going to look for something else because you'll find a reason why that is not working, because it's obviously not about the apps specifically, because the previous apps have still left you searching for new apps. I think success is much more about using those things to kickstart you. But
yes, I mean, I understand that,
But then being independent beyond a certain point. So I think having the app is nice to get yourself started, but you reach a point quite quickly where you need much more than an app. What you need is the mental self-agility to change the program of your own day.
Look, you're not telling me anything new. I understand that. I know that it's not about the app. I know that it's about the person, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the app is still a very clever way of making things easier and motivating for a short period of time. Look, I've lived with myself for 34 years, so I know very well what works and what doesn't work, and I know that I have to change things up like every month or so when it comes to exercises, because I get bored very quickly and very easily, and when I'm bored I don't have the self-discipline to keep doing the same thing again and again and again, even though I'm bored, just because I want to get fit. I have to put together the fitness and the fun of it. The only reason why I was able to stick to the boxing is because it's fun, right? And because it just gives me something extra. It's not just about the fitness, it's about the fun factor, and it's also about the challenge and the social factor of it and everything put together. So I know about that, and I don't consider it a bad thing anymore. I used to consider it a bad thing. That I can't stick to one thing when it comes to exercising, and I don't have enough self-discipline to do the same thing every morning or whatever. But I don't think about it as a bad thing anymore. I just accepted that that's what I have to work with, and I can work with it. If it means downloading a different app and trying a different app like once a month, then that's fine. If it works for that month, Anyway, I'm trying this app because they have a promotion, which is, try this app basically for free for 3 months. It's quite expensive, otherwise it's like £20 a month, I think.
Well, it depends. I mean, would you be willing to pay £1 per session?
Yeah, sure.
Well, then if you're prepared to pay £1 per session, it's not expensive.
No. Look, it's not expensive if you use it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, that's a good way to look at it. I like
On
that.
the other hand, you're more likely to use it when you pay for it. So it works both ways.
I don't know if that's really the way that it works. And I know that people say that, and I know that for some people there's going to be an importance of that kind of investment, but it's nice to think that if you're investing more money in something, you're more encouraged to use it. However, I think it simply comes down to the practicality of what it is that you've invested in, whether or not the thing actually has an effect and actually works. Because I don't think it matters how much you invest in something. It only matters if that something is able to practically improve the quality of your life. And
Yeah.
it even if you invest a lot of money in something, there's still no guarantee that it's going to improve the quality of your life. It's like, I don't know, buying a Ferrari or something. Yeah, if you buy the Ferrari, I mean, how often can you drive it? How much time can you spend in it? And can you do anything else constructive while you have it? Well, you're probably going to get tired of it very quickly. It's probably just going to sit around.
That's why I embraced this challenge, because it gives you the option to try it out, basically for free, for $1 for 3 months. And I think they've done a good thing with a 3 month time period, because that gives you enough time to actually decide, is this worth it or is this not worth it? So.
Yeah, there are very few applications that I've continually used over a long period of time. This voice recorder for podcasts, for example, I've used this for years, and it's simple, it's effective, and there's no other comparison to it, which is quite amazing because there's a lot of apps on the market. What else? There's not much else. The MX player for audio and video on the phone is great, and Spotify. I like the Spotify because it sort of links everything cross platforms, and I can see why it's in its premier position in the market now, which I didn't really understand before, but now I get it as a way of exploring music. It's quite fantastic. Because there's so many. If you're interested in music, there's so many times that I've said, "Oh, I wonder if that album by that band is good," and you can just go and explore all that, and you can go and see if it is actually good or not, and that's kind of cool. And it doesn't take much time because you've just kind of got everything accessed there. And if you could do like your supermarket shopping, like you do like your Spotify searches for music, then that's going to change and revolutionize the way everything is done. Which is kind of cool. And that together mixed with the Google Home stuff, which is interesting because once again there's no instructions, as usual on the internet. There's no instructions, and people are just on forums going, what commands do you use, and how does this work, and is there a way to connect this to that, and can I do that? Of course, some of the questions are silly, but some are quite inventive and creative. So it all kind of ties in.
What other helpful apps do I have? I have the yoga, it's the daily yoga app, which is very helpful because it shows you what you're doing, and it tells you what you're doing at the same time. So you've got the relaxing music in the background, and you've got the people describing the workout at the same time. So you don't have to have your eyes on your phone all the time when you're exercising. You can, because that's what I don't like about like doing yoga exercises with YouTube, for example, because you have to like look at it and try to copy the moves, and it's. I haven't found yoga with such a good description as the yoga and the daily yoga app. It tells you exactly what to do with which group of the muscles when you're holding the pose and stuff like that. It really improved my form when it comes to yoga exercises because they're very, very exact.
Those Bluetooth headphones are really good as well.
Yes, they are. Absolutely.
Are they the JBL ones, or which company is it?
Goji. I think it was the Goji.
Are you sure?
Headphones.
I thought it was JBL.
I'll have a look.
You see,
I think it was the goji.
Maybe I'm wrong with all
Wait,
that stuff because
I'm gonna
I look at so much stuff, I get it all mixed up. Does it not say on it? Let me see. Give it to me.
Wait. I'm pretty sure it was the goji ones.
Give me.
Yeah, it's goji.
What?
It's the goji ones.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I could have sworn it was a different one.
You got it wrong.
But the sound is good for them.
Yeah, it is. And they're great for the yoga and for everything.
Well,
for
it's
all
just
the
the way
exercises.
that they sort of. They can be worn sort of seamlessly, and you
Yeah.
can, under your hair they can't really be seen
Yeah.
when you're wearing them.
Yeah,
It's
they're really
it's kind of cool.
So the daily yoga is good. It also gives you quite a wide variety of workouts. Although you do have to pay for like golden mint membership or whatever if you want to have
You
the
what?
access to everything.
Golden Mint membership.
Golden membership. And
Did you just make up the mint part?
that was just a blurb.
A blurb.
Yeah.
Whatever.
What else do I have here? Check it out.
Facebook
I
Marketplace
have
is an essential.
malware
daily,
bites because I had problems with the phone and I had to clean it up and it helped.
Yeah,
Mhm.
good for you. Facebook Marketplace.
Is that an app?
It's part of Facebook. It's great.
Part of Facebook. Yeah, it's great. It is great. I was looking at it yesterday and it's got things like vegetable spiralizer for only £8. Things like that. All these things that I would buy very
What?
happily for my kitchen if I
What?
had a bloody kitchen.
What?
Vegetable spiralizer.
This sounds like a swear word.
You stick a zucchini on it and then you
What?
turn the handle and it turns the zucchini into spaghetti. No?
I'm speechless. I
It's
don't know whether to
essential.
focus on the words or the
It's essential for making
images.
healthy choices like zucchini pasta and stuff. And
Let's go for technical stuff. I keep seeing lots of technical stuff. I'm like,
third essential one that I have, third essential app that I have is the Clue app.
the what?
The Clue app.
What? You're part of a ship?
The Clue app is the
Crew?
best application
What?
for your menstrual cycle.
Oh, excellent. I could do with one of those.
It is so
got-
good.
For my menstrual cycle.
Yes, it's so good. It's the only way I can keep track of things. It's really nice graphically, and it gives you different types of views of the cycle as well. You get like a cycle view of the cycle, which is like a wee wheel, right?
Okay.
Which makes sense. And then you get the calendar view, where you can check things in the calendar and see the dates clearly, which is very useful as well if you're planning your visit to your gynecologist or something. And then you have a analysis, which gives you the averages of everything.
It doesn't really analyze you, though.
Well, it doesn't analyze you, but it gives you the averages of your cycles and of things that can be useful if you're trying to conceive or something. And you can also fill in other data, not just when you're periodizing, but you can enter other data like your moods, your pain, your sleep patterns,
So obviously,
your reproduction activities.
what would be like that app is obviously female orientated. To point out the obvious. Right, so it's something which is designed and marketed and used specifically by females to improve the quality of their life.
It is also my friend, for example. My friend's partner installed it into his phone.
So that he can see what she's doing.
So that, yes, and you've got your own account, right? So he had it installed into his phone under her account so he could see what was happening. So he was able to assess things better, like, oh, she's going to have a PMS now because it's that time of the month. Or, ooh, look, it's a good time for trying for babies right now because she's ovulating or whatever, you know. So they didn't have to discuss it all the time. But he saw what was happening with her. So that was cool. And she actually told me that he reminded her, oh, it's time that you'll be starting your period. So when he went shopping, he would just like buy her things automatically and stuff like that. So
Buy her things.
yes,
Like what?
like the menstrual pads, for example.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm like she'd come on with diamond rings and stuff. And
Yes.
whatever.
No. So when you have a partner, I suppose it's good for men to be aware of those things as well as women.
Why is it not called a womenstrual cycle?
Because menstrual comes from menses, which means months, because it's a month-long cycle, usually.
Menses means month.
Months.
Does it?
Men's month, yes.
Is that in Latin?
That's from Latin.
Yeah, I didn't know that. There was a British store, John Menzies. So Menzies meant month, yeah?
Yeah. I don't know if it's exactly the word, but it comes from the Latin word for month, yes.
Didn't know that. Interesting.
It has nothing to do with men.
No?
No.
Is it like one of those roots that's similar to the root of moon?
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so men and moon have a similar root.
I don't know about that. They could be completely different.
Could be.
Because men could come from Anglo-Saxon language rather than from Latin.
Men. We are men.
This is a bit too slidey.
What?
This bit here.
I don't know. You probably.
It's a bit too loose, you
That's
see.
the back of the Bluetooth goji.
The goji berries, yeah.
Putting gojis in your ears just sounds like a weird thing to do.
That's so cool, though. They make everything so much easier. Good Prezi, thank you.
You're welcome. They're nice. I'm jealous. Even though I have 2 pairs of Bluetooth headphones, I
Yeah.
would still happily invest in
these.
in those.
The only problem is that I'd probably steal them because I'd lose mine and then I would pretend that yours are mine.
Well, I'm still using the ones with the cable attached, and I don't have any problem with that at all. It's but I'm.
Well, I was thinking about getting you a pair because you expressed your liking and I wanted to get you a pair for Christmas, but then I thought it's probably not practical because he said that he already has like 1 million pairs of headphones and he's using his thingy earphones. And also I remember you saying that you don't like the ones that go inside the ears because whatever.
Yeah. It's definitely higher quality. I was looking on the marketplace this morning on Facebook because I've got it set up to, let me know if anything new appears there.
Yeah.
And there are obviously the stuff is like secondhand, right? Secondhand headphones, £150.
That's a bit expensive for second-hand headphones.
I mean, you'd expect like to pay like £10. Right?
Yeah, 30 tops if they were good quality.
Yeah, but look, I've got, and the point is that the sound quality out of those is really good. It's well balanced. It's quality for what it is. And I've got the Sony like over the ear like full set headphones.
Yeah.
Because the sound from that is even better because the ear is naturally designed to filter the sound. It's not by accident, right? It's designed to filter the sound and absorb the sound in the right way.
Yes.
To give you the complete sound. So if you've got something going right into your ear, you miss the ambience of the sound.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't get the space between the notes and the music. You miss that element. That's why the headphones are always better.
Yes.
Always better.
Yes, I understand.
But with the concept of exercise, you're going to be sweating at some point, right? So,
Look at this one. I saw
what's
this
that?
one.
What's that's on the marketplace right now?
Yeah.
A
Also
Fitbit wristband.
Oh, it's
You
pretty
know
cool.
what's my problem is
This one is really nice as well.
my problem with the Bluetooth stuff
Uh-huh.
is that I don't want to take my phone with me when I'm jogging.
Yeah.
It's just too big and too clunky and too heavy.
Yeah.
I just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And so, how do I carry the music?
Uh-huh.
You know, how do I carry the music? So, if there's like a Fitbit wrist watch, whatever thing,
Yeah.
where I can put music into it and then Bluetooth it to the earphones, that's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Because then I'm covering the watch and the stopwatch and the music and
Yeah.
everything else, and I don't have to have an MP3 player in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So that strikes me as something which would improve the quality of things. You know, having Bluetooth earphones that go in the ear and sit around the back of the neck,
Yeah.
and then having a Fitbit wristwatch which is going to Bluetooth the music to the earphones.
Is that what Fitbit wristwatch does?
Well, they're all different.
Uh-huh.
So you'd have to know what functions
Yeah.
are within that. But
I think this particular one is a very simple one. So it's one of the cheaper ones, but it looks beautiful.
yeah, but you only need like a tiny. You don't sort of need a
Yeah, you don't
lot
need
of
much.
space on it, right? Just
Yeah.
a couple of albums of music or something
Mhm.
like that. But that's something that would sort of make sense
What does this
to
mean?
me.
I've seen this.
Also, when everything's connected.
O&O.
O&O after the price, or nearest offer.
Or nearest offer. Okay.
So you can offer. It's
So I
like
can offer 50.
yeah.
So they're open to negotiation,
Yeah.
basically. Okay.
Let me see what it is. What is it you're looking at? You're looking at Fitbit.
I was looking at Fitbit Alta, which is one of the
is-
cheaper ones.
It
Which
doesn't
is
say it's Bluetooth.
originally it's about no. Well, that's probably what's cheaper. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I just know that the original price of that is around 100.
What's it got? It's got syncs with. It says it syncs with Android devices.
Yeah.
How can you sync if you don't have Bluetooth? You have to have Bluetooth. But it says it doesn't have Bluetooth on it, or it doesn't say it has Bluetooth, which is weird.
Well,
So
you
how
have
do
to
you
find the actual, original on the internet
Display
to
time
see
and
what it does.
smartphone notifications. I guess you have to take your phone with you though, because it has to be.
Would you?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, you'd have to, because it takes the data from your phone, so your phone would have to be in the vicinity to get the data from it.
Well, yes, but not. I mean, I don't need.
Measure sleep, vibrating alarm,
I don't need notifications while I'm jogging. Right? I
Interchangeable.
mean, that's just.
bands, workout records, steps, distance.
You don't need your phone for it recording your steps and distances and information about your jog and stuff like that. So you sync it after you come back, right?
Yeah, I guess you do.
Because that's how
I'd want this
uh-huh.
with Bluetooth
And music.
function that you could put music on it
Yeah.
and Bluetooth it to the earphones.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if
It'd have to
it
be
has
like
that kind of possibility or not, because you get more information about it on the internet if you get on the internet.
I find it good. You can double tap on it and
Can I?
expand the image.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Can I?
Interesting.
That's basically
You know what I would
half
do?
price
I would go on.
what it
I would
does
go on
for
YouTube
Mhm.
and type in
reviews.
reviews and see if someone's done a little review of them using it on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
so that you can see what it
Yeah.
actually looks like in practice.
I wouldn't buy it now because obviously I have other priorities, but I just think it's a nice thing. I'd like to get it at some point, maybe if I'm not too financially strained. Bah ha 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 ha. One day when you're rich, you can get me one.
Yeah, but I'd have to study them because I want to get you the right one with all the right functions.
Yeah, yeah. That's okay. One day when you're rich, you'll have enough time to study them.
I think work creates work, but there you go.
That's true.
There you go.
I'll have enough time to study them when you make enough money. Hmm.
All possibilities are possible.
I've just remembered the Kranahan because my friend sends me pictures of her food.
Are you okay?
And
What the hell's a kranahan?
Kranahan is what you ate at the Robbie Burns thing on Friday.
Kranahan?
Yes.
What, haggis?
No. The dessert, the cream with the berries and the honey and oats. It's called Kranahan. It was, but it was really nice. I don't understand how kids didn't like it. It was so yummy. I could have that for breakfast today, actually, if you'd like to, you know.
You know what date it is today?
I know it's Sunday, but I don't want to do the fasting.
Ah, well, that's a challenge, isn't it? It's not about what you want.
Well, it is.
It's not.
It is for me.
Yeah, because you're an emotional creature.
Yes.
You just, flip from emotion to emotion.
I don't have a problem with that. I'm flexible. I call it flexibility.
You call it what the fuck you want to call it. It's what it is.
I can fast most Sundays, but if I feel like I don't want to fast on Sunday, I don't have to. I have a lot of work to do today.
Well, it's a challenge. It's the challenge of it. It's not the fact that you don't do it just to do it. I mean, you do it because it's a challenge. And you don't do it like in the sense of the challenge of, it's bad, or whatever. Like, cause, like drinking a whole bottle of whiskey and stuffing 20 peppers in your mouth could be difficult, right? But it's obviously not going to have a positive result. I mean, this is a challenge that has a positive result for your body.
Yes, I understand that.
So I think it's well worth it because of the resistance to snacking thing, where there can be a tendency to
snack,
to have something small in between meals.
Yeah.
Which is the ultimate way to kill every diet.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What are we going to do with that cupboard there?
The one that's got the damp in it?
Yeah.
We have to...
We have to spray it and kill it with something. Do
you clean out the mold first and then spray it? Or
no,
do you just
spray the mold. Because
you
need to kill the mold before you try to remove it.
Okay.
Everything tells you don't wipe the mold up, because what you do if you do that is you disturb the spores and they all go in the air. Then you do that. So first you have to kill it with a spray and then you can wipe it off.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise you'll end up breathing it in.
Okay, so do we have to search for different... Do we have to... blah, blah, blah. Do we have to search on the net for different sprays that we can make, or do we have to get an industrial one?
Well, I think that just your usual bleach would work with it, but I think I'd have to cover the carpet to make sure I don't stain the carpet.
Well, the carpet's in the cupboard, so I don't
think
that it's going to be a big issue if the carpet
gets
in the
stained.
cupboard and gets stained.
Yeah, it's your mum's carpet and it's your mum's cupboard, so I'd be very careful with it,
Oh, I would just say to her, it's in the cupboard.
Yeah, that's you. I'm not exactly, I don't know, I might ask your dad. I mean, I know what I would do with it.
It's like the clothes on the radiator yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
They were moved like 30 centimeters, 50 centimeters maybe.
Did you talk to her about it afterwards?
Yes, and got nothing logical out of her. Every
She was-
sentence was a contradiction of the previous sentence,
Mm.
which meant I couldn't talk about anything because that would be talking about the opposite of what she'd mentioned, because she
Mm.
mentioned only opposites. And then the final thing she said to me was, well, look, everything's got its place and everything should be in its place. And I was like, what the fuck does that even mean? And she's looking at me and I'm like, all right, you've just confused me with the biggest amount of bullshit I've ever heard in my life. I really don't know how to respond to that. So I just looked at her and went, right. So I'll take all my stuff off the radiator. She said, no, don't do that. I'm like, but you didn't want it on the radiator. Yes, but now I've taken it off. Oh, okay. Well, look, can I put my towel on it? No, well, not now because... oh, God. So I couldn't put anything on it and I couldn't take anything off it.
Mm.
So I was just standing there like, just I walked out of the room because whatever I did, it was wrong.
Yeah, well, I think she was a bit pissed off yesterday because she felt like there was mess everywhere that needed to be cleaned up. And she blamed the kids for the laundry in the first place. She said the kids messed it up, and
The kids messed up the laundry.
well, they didn't. Well, the things on the radiators are what I'm talking about. When you moved because you needed to put your stuff on it.
I needed a tiny corner of the radiator to dry the stuff which
Yes.
was left in the cupboard with the damp in it, which got
Yes.
damp because it was left in the cupboard
So
with the damp in
originally
it.
she blamed
Not
the
knowing it was
kids
damp.
for messing it up, and yes, we need to move out because it's gonna drive me crazy. It's already driving me crazy. Anyway, yes, because I need to be able to have my mess. Does it make sense?
Oh yeah, you've got a big pile of mess next to your bed.
Yeah, I need to be able to have my mess, because it just stresses me out
When you don't have a mess.
when I'm not allowed to have a mess. I just, you know,
You're just a messy person.
I just like to be able to have a mess without feeling bad about it.
Isn't that just being lazy?
I don't know, maybe.
Like, there's a mess and I don't feel bad about it. Well, it's
Well,
either you're really lazy or really productive.
no, I want to be able to remove my mess whenever I want to remove my mess, rather than remove it when other people tell me to remove it, or remove it because I think that other people might feel bad about it.
Isn't that sort of like marking your territory?
Maybe subconsciously, I don't
It's
know.
subconsciously. It's marking your territory. It's like a dog.
I don't mean
pissing on
to
something.
mark my territory. I
Yeah,
just
it's
want
a
to
bit of a dirty analogy.
I just want to be able to relax. That's what it's about. Without looking around and thinking, oh my gosh, I should do this because it's not my place. You know, like, you can't really
But
relax.
isn't there a feeling of satisfaction about being in a tidy place?
Yes, there is, definitely. But I also want to have the ability to relax even when something is not spotless, because I just can't do that when I'm in somebody else's house. Do you get it?
Well, yeah, you want your own mess in your own place,
Well, I
in
want,
your own space.
whether it's a mess or whether it's not a mess, it doesn't really matter, because, I mean, we had our own space and there wasn't always a huge mess when we had our own space, right? I can keep things relatively tidy. But I can, the thing is that when it's my own place, I can sit down and I can relax, and I know that, this is where I've got what, and this is what needs to be tidied, but I don't have to do it right now, and I don't need to feel bad about it because I know that it's going to get done eventually. Whereas when you're in somebody else's house, you can't really do that. Well, I can't, because I feel bad about it. Does it make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Sorry, I got distracted by the fact that there's obviously an important tennis match on this morning.
Yes, there's things happening
And
next
that,
door.
And that Babka has dragged Jedko out of bed at 9 o'clock in the morning, which is
It's
a
at 9
miracle.
already. Hey, I'm gonna have to work today a lot. Is that okay?
Yes. Everything is fine.
Because I need to finish a lot of things that I should have done yesterday, and now I have to work twice as much today because I haven't done anything yesterday because I was relaxing.
I have spaces and places in my day. I might go out for a jog, but then I might get blown away if I do go out.
Yeah. You might.
I was thinking the last couple of days that the weather hasn't been really good for jogging, and then yesterday there was those 3 old women jogging down the road that
Yeah.
we passed in the car, and it was like raining and the wind was blowing, and I was just like, oh, they're doing it. And then there was that girl jogging along the beach in the shorts and t-shirt when it was 0 degrees, which has stunned me.
Yeah.
I am deeply affected by that vision. I can still see it clearly in my mind today. And me with the jacket on and the 2 hoodies and 3 t-shirts and me going, it's quite cold.
I told you women are tough.
That wasn't toughness, that was supreme iron ladiness.
Well, so were the 3 old women yesterday, right?
Yes. yeah, definitely. Definitely. So, I'm feeling quite feeble.
Well, it's
in
okay.
comparison.
Go jogging, but you might bump into the river at some point.
I might have to go through the river at some point.
Yeah. Is that the wind that we can hear, or is that the sea?
That's the wind. It's the wind in the trees.
Mm.
It's the wind in the trees.
The wind in the willows.
Out there. See if I could stick my head out and see if I could see the river, but the river's not here, so I decided to stay in the river.
That's probably a good thing, especially if you're living in the flood zone.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Big panic over nothing.
I haven't seen the river for ages. I mean flooding. I haven't seen any flooding for ages. And I've been here for 6 months, and during the spring that's like 2 years ago, right? And I've been here.
There was no flooding in spring.
No? When I was here?
Spring is like the time.
I know. When I was here 2 years ago, there's absolutely 0 flooding. No flooding at all.
That's bizarre.
And I was and we were here from December until like June, May. December till May. I know. I remember my first and only flooding that I've witnessed here. Was it the only flood? I think so. When we were here for the first time, and it was during the Easter break. And there was flooding just like 2 days before we were supposed to fly back, and we were wondering whether we were going to get out all right or not. I remember that.
You were wondering. Obviously, I wasn't wondering about it.
Yeah, well.
Because it's normal for this part of the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's what you get. It's what you get if you live near the sea.
Yep. There's pros and cons.
Frozen what?
Cons.
There you go.
Yeah. Right. I think we've been at it for like 2 hours, right?
That's it. Yes. Time to
reviewing applications.
Time to move on.
Oh God.
Time to move on.
Time to go back to sleep.
There's a lot of cool applications. You can get into the applications on my phone. A lot of cool music applications.
It's a boring one.
SoundCloud is great.
The
Fit Radio is really good as well.
Who is?
Fit Radio.
Oh.
Fit Radio. Ah,
Fit
radio.
Radio.
Fit Radio. That radio.
Yeah, Fit Radio. Sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, my applications are gooder though.
Applications.
Applications.
Yes, they're much gooder.
They're gooder. They're gooder. My fitness applications.
That would be a good name for an application.
Gooder.
Gooder. And then you could have Bester.
You could have a gooder application.
Bester. That's a good name.
Yep.
Better than Deezer. That's a stupid name.
Aw. Jazz told me yesterday, Mom, you're the best cooker ever. Or was that before yesterday?
She wasn't meaning you just stuff your face with food.
No, I'm the best cooker.
There you go.
I can't remember what she was eating. Probably cornflakes. I'm the best cooker.
And then she turned to me and she said, "And Dad, you make good porridge for Zora."
Yeah, she said, you don't make good oatmeal. I don't like your oatmeal, but Zora likes it, so it's good for Zora.
She's hyper aware of that one.
She is. It's amazing how she can that she can make the difference between her liking it or not liking it and Zora liking it. It's just, yeah, it's all very cool. Very aware.
There you go. When you're aware, you can care.
Okay, well,
So-
let's stop this marvelous podcast so that I can take this off my ears and go back to sleep. Thank you very much.
Right, we'll say bye to the planet.
Bye, planet.
That's it. And don't forget to plan it.
And
Plan it.
try the Sweat app. It's really cool.
And what she said was try the Sweat app. SWEAT. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just translated that.
And they're not paying me for marketing, by the way. They could.
They could. They should.
They could. It would be pretty nice of them.
They could. They should.
Yeah, but they're not.
Never mind. Contact them. You never know. That was an evil laugh. That was
What?
that was a cackle.
Was it?
Yes, you
Oh,
cackled.
it wasn't meant to be. Maybe I'm just turning into a witch.
Wouldn't be the only one in this part of the world.
Very funny.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay. Do, did, done.